Hey you guys, it's Sarah here and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how I put together this picnic basket and felt food activity booklet for little kids. I have done a food template before a long time ago, and I do have that old version up for free as a PDF printable template on my website if you want to do that one. This one that I'm doing here, I've added some pieces to it, so it's a really great little gift all on its own. It's super cute. I don't even have the copy to show you because since I filmed this video and made a bunch of copies, I've already sold them. They sell really well and they're just really cute. I will have the JPEG and SVG template available to purchase through my Patreon if you want to purchase this one, or it's available for those of you who are subscribed on my Patreon. I will share both the bulk template that I use to cut multiple sets at once, since I do make and sell these, and I'll also share the single-use templates, which just have one copy of all the pieces that you need if you just want to make one single copy of this as a gift. And then finally, you'll see in this video I'm using my DIY kit that I do have available. I don't know how long they'll be available for, so depending on what year you're watching this video in, I am doing DIY BusyBook kits right now. I don't sell the actual pages because I have a baby and it's just too much to do that, but I am putting kits together. So if you do want to get one of those, they're great for if you don't have a sewing machine, or sorry, if you don't have a cutting machine, or even if you just don't want to have to cut all the pieces yourself, because it is a lot of pieces to cut out. So if you want to do that, it includes all the materials that you'll see in this video. So you can check that out. Stay to the end to see what this whole activity looks like when it's done. I promise it's really cute. And then I'll also show you what it looks like on my Patreon if you're curious what that looks like and how to use the template. Okay, thanks so much, you guys. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, here is the DIY kit if that is what you're using, and everything that's included in the kit. If not, these are all the things that you need to make this activity page, and these are the pieces that come in the template that I provide here. So there's those two purple rectangles, those are for the storage pockets. There are two sets of cucumbers here. That's how they're going to be hot glued on. I'm just going to show you how I hot glue them all right now. There's one piece for the piece of lettuce. And I'm going to go ahead and speed this up a little bit. There's the two egg pieces. Let's speed this up. We're going to hot glue a piece of yellow yolk on there. There's all the pieces for the avocado, hot gluing those together, hot gluing the pieces for the grape. There's a piece of tablecloth, a piece of yellow cheese. Here's the two pieces of bread. We're going to hot glue those together. There's a big blue plate, two pieces for orange and green pepper, some pickles, some bone and chicken. We're going to hot glue those together. Pita, we'll hot glue around the outer edge. Watermelon, we'll get all those little pieces hot glued on. And the piece, oh, this is for the pizza, little red sauce and some pepperoni slices on top. Two copies of the knives and spoons, and then two pieces for an onion, two pieces for slices of ham. There's salami, bacon, and I think the last piece I have here is a tomato. I think I'm just looking for all the little pink pieces that go on the tomato. There it is, and I hot glue those four pieces on to make the tomato. There's the piece for the picnic basket, the little handle and the basket itself, and then we're going to sew that plaid pink and white checkered pieces on there. There's two binder rings and two binding pieces to connect the pages together. First thing I'm going to do is sew that plaid piece right along the top. I'm not going to attach the whole thing. It's just going to be like a little flap. You can use hot glue for this as well. I'm going to use a stitch. Next thing I'm going to do is take that handle and just sew that directly onto the page. Again, you can use hot glue for that as well. I'm just going to sew that basket on just around the sides and the bottom, leaving the top part open. And here's what that picnic basket looks like, all sewed on and attached to one of the 8" by 8" sheets of felt. Next, we're going to grab another 8" by 8" sheet of felt, and I'm going to attach my little purple storage pockets here by just sewing around the sides and the bottom of both of them, leaving the top part open. That's what they look like once they're all sewn on. You can see they just are little pockets kids can put their food in. Then I'm going to grab another one of the 8" by 8" sheets of felt that are included in this kit, and I'm going to wrap it in this kind of picnic barbecue themed fabric that I have. This fabric, is not included in the kit. It's just the felt, so it is optional if you have fabric at home and you want to add some sort of fabric to the back side of this little book, you can. This is all I do if I'm adding fabric. I just wrap it around the four corners, and I'll just attach it to one of the pages, whichever page you want to have last. I'm going to use my storage page as last. I'm just going to attach it and then sew around the whole border of the page. And I'm also going to insert one of my binding pieces in between the front and back pieces, and so that I'm sewing that in as well. Now on the final 8" by 8" sheet of felt that it's included in the kit, I'm going to sew this blue dinner plate onto the page. That's all the pages completed now. I'm just going to sew. I'm going to put my picnic basket at the front, and then when the kids open up the book, there will be the dinner page on the left-hand side and then the storage pockets on the right-hand side. You can put them in whatever order you like. I like the picnic basket at the front just because I think it's really cute. So I'm going to go ahead and put that together with the binding piece in between that front and back. Oh, and I'm also going to leave that top part open. So I'm not going to sew around the whole border. I'm just going to sew the sides and the bottom. I also have this little business tag that I always sew into my books. So I'm going to sew that in while I'm doing this video. And then, yeah, I'll leave the top part open so that acts as additional storage for kids to store the food or whatever pieces they want inside the actual page itself. Okay, and that's all of the pages complete. I'll use these binder rings to connect those two pages together. And the last thing that I have to do is just get all of these pieces hot glued. So some of them I double up the layers, some of them I don't. And so I'll just show you and you'll see at the end all the pieces that I have. And I'm strictly using hot glue for all of these pieces. You can use stitches if you want to. I prefer hot glue just because it is quick and it makes the pieces nice and stiff and structured once that hot glue is all nice and dry. So I'm going to speed this up a little and you guys can see me doing all the hot glue. Now that that's all done, the last thing I'm going to do is just use a fabric paint marker and draw on some little seeds onto my cucumbers and some green leafy lines onto the piece of lettuce so that you can tell what it actually is supposed to be. And that is all the steps done for this. So now I'm just playing with it and showing you guys you can build a little sandwich with the slices of bread and cheese and ham and veggies. Create a cute little sandwich. Here I am with the pita, putting in some onions and avocado and cucumber and ham. Whatever. Kids can just play with all the yummy foods. This is me doing a little breakfast plate and then putting the spoon and the knife into the basket and stuffing the pockets with all the colorful, yummy picnic food. And you can fit a lot in those little storage pockets, actually. It's very impressive. I think I put some food I put the watermelon in the picnic basket, and then the rest of the food that's kind of big, I just put it inside the storage pocket of the actual page itself. So everything stays contained in there, and it's really cute. Thanks so much, you guys, for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Last but not least, for those of you who are on my Patreon, I just wanted to show you quickly what the template looks like that you get. This is all of the templates. They're all 12-inch by 12-inch for 12-inch by 12-inch sheets of felt. And so basically all you have to do is cut each of these out one time, and those will give you enough for 4 sets of this food activity page. So if you're new to my channel, I make these in bulk, meaning when I cut them, I make 4 sets at a time, and that's because I make and sell these busy books myself. And so I want to make multiple copies at once. So you'll have the bulk template available. You just have to cut each of these out in the colors that I indicate. If you cut them all out once, you'll have enough for 4 sets. And then in some cases, you will even have leftovers. Like for example, with the peppers, that will actually cut more than 4. Same with the plaid tablecloth triangles. I can fit 12 on there, so you'll have enough for 12. So what I do is I just save them for later. And when I make another 4 next time, I don't have to recut these out. Same with the pizza pie and the avocado pits here. Those actually cut enough for 8. So again, you'll have a set of 4 left over. And so that's just helpful next time. You will already have that set of 4 when you make this again later. And then the only exceptions of ones that you have to cut out more than once are this purple template here. That only cuts enough for 2 sets. And then this white one here, if you are wanting to double up the layers for the eggs and the chicken bone and have 2 onions per page like what I have, you'll have to cut this white template out twice. So just cut the purple one and the white one, cut those out twice. All the other ones you only need to cut out one time, and that will give you enough for a set of 4 of this picnic basket food activity page. And then also on my Patreon, I will include what I call the single-use template. So it's just sorted by color. So you'll get the template for these peach hams, and then you'll get the separate template for all the pink pieces, a separate template for all the white pieces. So all you do, I can show you what it looks like on Patreon itself. Here's what the post on Patreon itself looks like. So you see the pictures, you'll see a written description of it and how to put it together, along with details about the price, the cost, and the materials, and what I personally will sell this page for. You can scroll through, go to the right, you'll see the color reference page, and then you'll see all of those templates in black and white. And in the caption of the photos, it will tell you what size to adjust them to. So you just right-click on all of the JPEG images and save them to your computer and upload them to whatever cutting or design software you're using. I'm using Design Space with the Cricuts, but these are JPEG files, so they will work with any cutting machine. And then there are also the SVG files. If you scroll down to the bottom of the post, you'll see all the SVG files for both the bulk ones, and then you'll see the single-use files as well if you're just wanting to make a single copy of that page. Okay, thanks so much, you guys. I'll see you in the next one.